businesses
I was
like
gonna do a video, but this guy's been
Amazon,
spitting truth.
people leaving the city of New York, and more crime is on the rise. People are
The
literally just
Democrat.
up to people and just interrupting their dinners, and they're killing people.
I
And
think his
they're
name's Vernon
starting fires,
Jones.
And they're fleeing the state. They're moving.
and they're fleeing the state. So where's the leadership? That's failed democratic
Right.
leadership.
But I'm going to write a book and tell you I did a great job.
But I got time to write a book between my press conferences about this great job I'm doing.
Oh, Vernon, you and I could spend all day here, but they only give me, what, with commercial breaks, 52 minutes.
They're talking about Biden's taxes.
To talk about all this nonsense that's going on out there, but man, I appreciate you
50
what you're
Cent,
doing, what you're standing up for.
bailing.
You're a man that stands by his convictions, and in this day and age, sir,
Of the
it is hard to
Democratic
come by.
Plantation.
So, thanks for being a patriot. Thanks for sticking up for conservative values and our president, and sticking up for this country. I know you got your neck out there, man, on the line. So I'm so glad to hear that you have.
But this is my new channel, man. I'm getting tired of Brett Baer and Bill Hemmer
real soon.
and Neil Cavuto
All right, Vernon Jones, the great state of Georgia.
and some of those lefties, Juan Williams and
Listen to him. He's telling you like it is.
Chris Wallace.
Straight ahead. He's another outspoken voice in the black community and also a supporter of President Trump. David Harris Jr. Going to join Real America. We come back.
Oh, there you go. My new channel, OAN.
So my next guest is an author and a board member of Black Voices for Trump. And he's one heck of a nice guy with an opinion, which is probably why I like him so much. David Harris Jr.
This is who might win the election for Trump, the black voters.
Hello, David. How are you, sir?
Dan, I'm good, my brother. Thank you so much for having me on today.
Hey, I appreciate any time you can come on the show. I know you're a busy, busy man. Where do we begin? I guess let's start with the biggest and most pressing news that everybody's talking about, well, except the mainstream media, and that would be the Biden cover-up of his connections to China, Russia, Ukraine, all thanks to his
Everybody's talking
screw-up
about,
of a son,
except the
and him
media.
being, let's face it, one greedy bastard. Because I'm reading the emails that OAN has obtained, and I'm looking at him going, looks like Daddy set up son with these companies so Daddy could rake in some cash. I don't know how much of the emails you've seen, your feelings on this whole thing that the mainstream media won't even touch.
Well, just the fact that the mainstream media won't touch it should tell you something. If you're not awake yet to understand that 90% of the mainstream media has a liberal bias bent, they've been all about attacking this president.
Exactly.
They blamed him. The Democrats in Congress have blamed him for now what is obvious that Joe Biden actually did, quid pro quo. The fact that they're not covering it means that, to me, it means it must be true. So I can't wait for the emails to completely come to full light for everybody to see. But the fact that this man, Hunter Biden, and his father is running to become the president of the United States of America, and Hunter would have access to the White House if he was to get in the Oval Office, should scare the heck out of every single American and say, you know, obviously there's a whole lot of corruption here that's being uncovered.
That's crazy.
It didn't have anything to do with Donald Trump. It had everything to do with Joe Biden and his quid pro quo deals through his son, which has been a family business. He's a family business guy. He'll do quid pro quo through, I think he's done it through his brother. He's done it through other family members. But this is just coming full circle through Hunter and his addictions and forgetting to pick up some laptops. Thank God he did.
Yeah, no kidding. Let's talk about Joe
Dummy.
going into hiding. Why would you?
What a dummy.
I wonder. Let me think. Say I'm doing no press.
No, but he needs prayer. He needs prayer, Hunter Biden.
When you're 14 days out,
You don't need to be in the White House with his father, but
election, the biggest of your life,
it's
and you go
prayer.
into hiding, and you don't come out and denounce and say point blank, all these accusations are false, and here is why, and give examples why. You just simply go, I'm not going to play the president's game. These are all false, and I'm going to go hide for 4 days.
He's got nothing to say. I mean, he already has a tough enough time trying to finish one sentence. You know, he has to use a teleprompter, and anytime he goes off that teleprompter,
he couldn't even answer
he doesn't know what to say.
what kind of ice cream he got.
Himself either, because he's at one point already said that he never had discussions
He was trying to tell him what kind of ice cream he was thinking about getting.
Coming out that he actually did. So I think he doesn't want to get on camera because he doesn't want to.
He wants to be president.
The truth is going to come out, and I think he's doing the only thing that he knows how to do: hide in his basement where it's safe. He needs his safe space. It's one thing the liberals continually say that they need is safe spaces. Well, now we've got the leading Democrat for the presidential ticket that is all about his safe space right now.
That leads into my next thing, because I just want to keep going off. I'm sorry, I sound like a broken record. I know, folks, but I love going off on those folks in a industry that I've been in for 22 years that I have loved to do, but I watch and am disgusted every single day. I now watch CNN and the big three and MSNBC all push a narrative that this is all Russia propaganda.
Right.
Even
Yeah,
after the director of
they're
intelligence
saying.
comes out, Radcliffe, and says, no, that's not the case. They're still pushing it. I just
Exactly.
saw CNN a few minutes ago say something about Fox pushing a false narrative about this whole scandal with Hunter Biden.
Yup.
Nonsense, total BS. And then I don't know, David, have you heard that Project Veritas dropped that really damaging video about Google and how they are changing the searches? But what I found interesting is, if you just said about safe spaces, that Google engineer said when President Trump won in 2016, did you hear what Google did? They actually set up safe spaces and let people go home and cry in the hallways like counselors.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that back then. And the fact that big tech is in this fight too is just crazy, Dan. But they need their safe spaces. They need a place to cry. They're going to need one in another 14 days.
Yup.
I don't know where
The
you
Democrats
were in
gonna
your
need some
life, David,
safe
you're
spaces
about
to
40 years old,
cry.
did you ever have a
With
place
liberal
where, oh, I'm
tears.
so upset this governor got elected, this president, that congressman. I need a day off of work. I need to go cry in the corner. Have you ever heard such nonsense?
No, I have never heard such nonsense. I don't know about you guys. I'm 45, but in all my 45 years on this earth, man, I've never felt like I needed a safe space based on any political decisions that were made, based on any decisions that were made around me outside my family. The only thing that'll bring me to tears is if something drastic or tragic happens in my own family, and I think anybody can feel the same way about that.
Exactly.
But as far as external stuff, I mean, what happened to sticks
We
and
didn't
stones?
cry when Obama got into office.
I think most of us learned that
They
in
tried to do all that Obamacare bullshit.
now it's Texas or something.
Yeah, they don't teach that anymore.
We took it like, man.
Censoring. Have you, sir, been censored by Twitter or Instagram or Facebook with any of your posts? And if so, what were they related to?
They've been continually messing with me for a couple of years. May of last year till May of this year, they diminished my reach by about 90 to 95%. I was organically reaching 2 to 3 million people a day. And then it dropped overnight to where I could barely reach 100,000 people a day. We push out 25 to 30 articles a day on davidharrisjr.com and djhdmedia.com, trying to give the people an alternative news source from the mainstream media, liberal bias.
That's how they do it.
They've tapered it off quite a bit. They've given me most of my reach back, but they still use those fact checkers. It's interesting to me that they will, Facebook uses fact checkers to then determine what's false or misleading in your content.
Then they shadow ban your ass.
So they've hit a lot of my friends. They've diminished some of my posts. They've taken down certain posts.
I don't even go on there.
To COVID-19, and
They shadow ban my ass. I already know.
And on the side of the box itself, it said, "This will not prevent you from getting
I'm a
COVID-19."
YouTuber.
And they hit me with a fake news strike for that, saying it was misleading information. Like, I posted a picture of a box. So the battle with big tech censorship is real, and unfortunately, I think it's only going to get worse until they do
The
something.
censorship's all over though.
Yeah, let's hope that Congress takes action. We see
They
that,
deplatformed Alex Jones completely.
We'll see what happens with the
I love to
FCC.
listen to Alex
FCC going
Jones.
after the social media ones too. David, they're giving me the rap. You know how that goes. You do this all the time.
They're all
Man, we
bad.
can go forever. Stay safe out there. I know you get plenty of hate your way. We appreciate you.
It's a good show.
I appreciate you.
I'm
Just
coming
one more
back.
plug, DavidHarrisJr.store. Get your Trump 2020
Oh, yeah.
flag. You never know when this is going to need it. It's going to come in handy. But
Trump 2020. Trump 2020.
Yeah, I love seeing those videos, David. Folks, if you don't know, go look at his videos, especially when he gets on airplanes. It's the best. You got the hat, and you whip out the sign, and most people like it, but some people freak out. David, stay safe. Thank you, brother, for coming on the show. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
There you go.
Yeah, take care. All right, don't go away, folks.